everybody. Thanks for being here today. It's been a couple crazy weeks. I just realized I hadn't posted a video for a few weeks. So I'm like, gotta get out there and do so. We've had one of my biggest epic blunders of my garden season. So we'll get into that in just a few minutes. Again, if you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. I am Maudie of MU Can Garden. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, or hit that bell of notifications, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's go on a tour and discuss what's been going on around here lately. All right, so we are in my garden. I do want to give you a garden tour. So we've got our coffee. I'm hoping it doesn't rain on us because we had a few drizzles a few moments ago when I was out here removing all of the row covers from everything. I'm going to admit it, I am that gardener who does not like bugs. Now, let's get it clear. The ladybugs, the pollinators, those are great. Everything else I cannot stand. So I had row covers on everything, and again, just helping with the insulation, especially in the evening, to just keep everything nice and warm. But let's just go for a little tour here. I have my potatoes. If you remember several videos back, we planted up some potatoes. So this one's coming along nicely. This is looking fantastic here. Just look at the green on those leaves. Look at those stems there. I mean, everything on this potato is looking fabulous. So we had planted 4 smart pots of potatoes. So I have the other 2 here. Again, they're doing their thing, looking just lovely. And then I initially didn't put any garden netting or anything like that. And I had come out one morning. To my dismay, there was a raccoon sleeping in this garden bed here. It didn't do any damage or anything, but I think it was just because I had the row cover and I had some plastic over just to protect from the rain and the night temperatures. So in the morning when I came to kind of pull things up to get some airflow, there was a little raccoon here. So we decided to put some garden netting just to help keep the critters out. Again, those night temperatures, they are also looking for warmth. So just doing that. And in this bed here, we have our Red Robin cherry tomatoes, which are looking fantastic in conjunction with our cucumbers. I did plant a watermelon in here, but I don't think it's gonna make it, and that's okay. We'll just pluck that out here if it's looking a little on the weary side there. Our next bed here that I do want to show you, this is looking phenomenal. These are our alpine strawberries. Again, the netting here just to keep the critters and the birds out. Last year we had a big problem with the birds picking the strawberries. These are just looking fantastic here. I see all those flowers forming for the strawberries themselves. And then in this bed, I had also, and they're coming up, this is looking fantastic. I've got some lettuce here. This is a salad bowl variety lettuce here. And then I had also planted some, I want to say this is a black seed Simpson lettuce in here as well. So every little spot that I could, plant something else, there we did. Why not? So we got lettuce coming up all around there with the strawberries. This next bed here, this is our Siberia tomatoes. You can see the stakes here. We're doing a bit of a Florida weave to help stake these tomatoes up. Everything's looking really, really good here. And then I have my bell pepper plants here in the front. Again, those are looking good. The last time we posted, we had lost a couple of videos. So unfortunately, you guys weren't able to see. These bell pepper plants were actually a little bit taller, and I did snip the top of the plant to help promote side shoot growth. And you can see here I'm not sure if you're able to get the camera into there. We're getting a little bit of growth here and here, just from where we had snipped or topped our bell peppers. The only bell pepper I didn't top off was the one on the very end here, and I did that just to have a comparison fun with, just why not? just something to do. But these are looking great, starting to get little flower buds on not only these tomatoes, but our cherry tomatoes as well. And then, as something else to do, I did also plant some lettuce in here. And that's all about, companion planting. Here's the great thing. The tomatoes are gonna come up tall, and I planted lettuce down on the bottom below. So the leaves of these tomato plants are gonna give shade to our lettuce. And that way I can pull this off to get underneath the netting and then snip what I want, kind of a come and go type situation there. But they're coming up ever so lovely as well. And then we're gonna go on over to this bed here. I do need to put another stake here just to kind of level this out a little bit. But we've got lots going on in this bed. We've got our our Siberia tomatoes. We've got a few of those there. We've got all of our onions that we had planted here. They are looking fantastic. So in a couple weeks, I'm gonna cut the tops off here. So we focus our energy down to the bulb and not so much the tops. And then I can put those in cooking, or I could dehydrate the tops just to have that, which is always fantastic. Our carrots are coming up lovely. We've got our cilantro, our peas, dill. I mean, there's a little bit of everything in here. This is looking really, really good. I'm really excited about how all of this is turning out. And then of course against our back wall here, oh, I didn't get the row covers off of these. Let me do that here. We've got some chives in here, and then we've got our thyme over here. But the one I really want to show you, I'm really excited about this. If you watched our video, several videos back, we had pruned up our mint because our mint was getting very, very lanky. It needed to be separated. And here we are. Look at how beautiful this is. If you remember a while back, it didn't look like much. We separated this. We added some of our Spoma garden tone, gave it a good fertilizing, good watering. Look at how beautiful that is. It's very aromatic. As a matter of fact, I could take some of this now. We can make tea out of it. I could dehydrate, make tea. I could take some sprigs here and put that into some water. Have a very refreshing sliced cucumber mint water. So lovely. So that's what we've got going on. I do want to show you the zucchini plants because those are looking really good as well. So if you want to follow me over this way here. And these are our zucchini plants. These are our jackpot zucchini. So we did plant 4 of them. They are coming along really nicely. So I've just been keeping these, again, wanting to keep our soil nice and warm here. Oh, that feels pretty toasty. I also had the row covers over all of this in conjunction with the plastic, just to help keep it nicely insulated as those nighttime temperatures do drop, just to keep things going. So that's a bit of the tour for our garden. So let's get into my blunder here. I had purchased a greenhouse, and like I said, I don't like bugs. I want to keep things as organic as possible, keep things nicely warm and insulated. So my husband and I, a while back, had measured our space out. We ordered the greenhouse based off of our specifications of sizing and what we needed. Contacted the company. They said, yes, that's exact same size. That'll totally work. Well, we get my greenhouse, and a couple weeks ago we were putting it all together, and I said, hey, let's try to construct this and just check out the framing. So if you remember, I had made that archway and we had it going into the garden. We had moved that temporarily so that we could put the greenhouse up. Unfortunately, the greenhouse ended up being so small, it was basically only gonna cover 1 garden box. That wasn't flying for me. So for me, that was like an epic fail because it defeated the purpose of why I wanted to have the greenhouse. Just so I could walk in there, I can keep everything nice and warm. And a lot of stuff that's over there doesn't require pollinators. The zucchini does require pollinators, and yeah, the cucumber does, but it wasn't something that was detrimental on. I can have everything, for the most part, in a greenhouse. Again, with my climate here, we tend to be a little bit cooler. I mean, the sun is playing peekaboo. It was sprinkling a little bit ago. So I just kind of wanting to extend my season of growing for sure. So that was very beyond disappointing that I don't have a greenhouse that's gonna fit over there. And you know, that I've gardened many years without one, and that's okay, but I was just really hoping that this year we could have that going. Sad to say, contacted them, my order, my sizes, everything is confirmed, but what they sent me doesn't match, and I can't send it back, and they won't take it back. So I'm gonna see what I do with that. But regardless, everything is looking really, really good. I want to give you a sneak peek here too. If you guys also remember, we had done all of our marigolds and petunias from seed, oh gosh, several months back, and look at how lovely these are coming up. I'm going to actually be planting these on my next video, but look at how pretty. They're blooming. Everything is blooming. All these buds everywhere. So that's just a little bit of what's been going on here. It's been exciting. It's been a little challenging, but it's been quite fun as well. All right. I think that's about it for today. I did also want to go over, okay, so a couple of things. And I had lost the video on it as well. When I went from moving everything from inside my house out here, I did the process of what's called hardening off. So bringing things out for a little bit of time and then moving things back in, just acclimating everything to the outside temperatures. We had intended to make a video all about that, and sadly we had lost that video. So that process took about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. I did hardening off. Just because I don't want to bring anything out and then boom, everything gets shocked from the temperatures. So we did that before we planted everything out. The other thing I did also want to address is, in the past I had mentioned the soils that I had used, because I had started shopping so early in the season for my stuff, that my local spot didn't have the typical stuff I use. The soil that I typically used is G&B, which stands for Garden and Bloom, which is a great soil. They just didn't have the massive bags that I tend to use. So this year, and I've already stated it in several of my videos, I'm using Whitney Farms in conjunction with the Espoma Garden Town. Neither of them are sponsoring me or anything like that, but I just want to let you know, if you've watched one of my videos and have said, well, what is it that you're using? What did they not have that you've previously had? I did want to go ahead and address that today, because again, sadly it was lost in one of our other videos. But anywho, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put that in the comment section down below. Otherwise, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, so you can kind of follow on with what we're doing here in our garden. And there we are. Be sure you hang with us on our next video when we are planting up our flowers. Otherwise, take care.